Lazy Wild Weasel Swift Rage. I do love the Twitch naming. It's fun.
That clip is about as excited I get about Blood Bowl, I think. Have you seen it?
I don't know. I'm just watching it.
It's Crystal Hunter doing a ridiculous, stupid touchdown. Okay, so we made some up and coming Dark Elves. I'll get a wizard. It's going to be a little bit awkward. And a babe.
Yeah, see, I think just backs up what I said, that when Core gets excited, his voice goes up to the sort of level where dogs are screaming all over the neighborhood.
It's a pretty hilarious touchdown, though.
That was a hell of a play. That was fun.
Wit to the story was that instead of going for the touchdown, like that was a standing guy. There was a couple of really bad turns in a row leading up to that moment.
Right.
And the turn before, instead of going for the touchdown that then went wrong, he had a both down on that player that could score, which he didn't take. So he could have ended his turn not scoring, but definitely winning the game. Instead, he went for the touchdown and snaked the handoff or something, and ended up getting bombed in the end. But in a
game, it's game management, isn't it?
And we can put on top of that game was deciding the round.
Oh right.
So just he did winning the round if he just take a both down. Instead, he tried to skill up his player.
And against the J-Man.
Yep.
And that wasn't something he prioritized doing. Wow.
Apparently not.
Well, everyone has the right to decisions, and who can say if they're right or wrong?
Sometimes I can.
Yeah, I feel I'm worthy of an opinion too.
So we hit there.
Again, just have opinions doesn't mean we're right, Core. They are just opinions.
That is.
When I say something's terrible, I'm right, but it is just my opinion.
We got an awful lot of tackle. Should I try to
just do what I did against the Dwarfs, just J Bazza? Just smash them up completely, kill 8 of them, and then you can play awfully, and it doesn't matter.
We also got a wizard. I need to remember that. Where's my Garda? So who are we carrying it on? That's the movement 5.
Yeah. Do what I did in the first half, just don't do what I did in the second half. Yeah, goblins are absolutely OP against dwarves. It's the perfect matchup.
Carrying on a lineman?
I'm so pleased that game was lucky, because it's a division where everyone knows that they were facing both Underworld and Amazons and Goblins. So everyone's taken a tackle mighty blow piece, which is going to rip my team apart.
I'm a little bit...
I was wrong about Madcap. What, in some way you're going to defend him as sort of useful to some people other than the opponent?
Who's Madcat? Where's Madcat? What's going on?
Madcap Miggs. He's a goblin. I'll use the word star, but really sort of liability.
Do I have the fame? No. Nobody has the fame.
Well, I feel the same, Coffee. I specifically bought a Doom Diver on eBay because it was the one piece that the Goblin team I bought didn't come with that I wanted. And now, of course, I need an Hooligan, not a Doom Diver, because who the hell would want a Doom Diver now? Again, it's meme level bad. Games Workshop hate fun. Oh, I should probably pop up who Madcap Miggs is for the 3 people awake in chat who are still watching this.
Crazy people.
And haven't yet gone to Rick Reckless's stream for a more entertaining version of Blood Bowl. Madcap Miggs, where's he? Probably starts with an M, doesn't he?
This tackle mighty's
He's basically a
coming
goblin
in.
riding a squig.
Alrighty though.
And he's available to goblins and Underwhelm until the new rules, when obviously, like all the other stars, he'll be taken into a field and shot like that scene from The Great Escape.
Seems fitting. Is that a problem? Probably not.
So he is moves. He's 170,000. He comes move 6, strength 4, which is nice. Agility 3, which isn't awful. AV 8, sort of all right. He comes with leap. He also has break, tackle, and claw, and very long legs. So his leaps aren't even terrible. Of course, he's loner. He doesn't have any hands, and he's a wild animal.
I played somebody that I played him in a NAF tournament. He bloody kept blitzing with that shit.
Well, I've got to, because he's a wild animal.
Slightly.
And because he's got terrible AV and isn't particularly strong, you don't want to just have him, you know, like a Minotaur, just on the line of scrimmage, because he'll get banged out.
It was pretty annoying. When I used my Garda completely terrible.
Yeah, absolutely, Coffee. Doom Diver was a must-take to a non-take, and Hooligan was a non-take, and has gone to become a must-take. So
I see.
I guess that swings and roundabouts. That sort of counts as fair. I think the game designer had a Doom Diver used against him and thought, yeah, we're stopping that. I actually think they designed the Doom Diver without realising
How good it was.
what was soon realised by the community, which is just how good it was and how you could make a one-turn
He
touchdown
is
so
coming for that one.
incredibly easy by throwing them to the touchdown line rather than throwing them from the line of scrimmage and then having to dodge through with a kite strapped to your back. So it was too fun to live, and hence it's been taken from us. But it's entirely the reason why the tournament I went to, where I wasn't wanting to be competitive and just have a laugh and get drunk with some of the lads I knew, I took goblins and coached to 2 wins and 2 draws. Because one of those wins and one of those draws became a draw to a win and a loss to a draw by use of the Doom Diver. CJ, that's an interesting opinion, and who's to say if you're right or wrong, except that you're wrong. The Doom Diver is worse than the 2016 Hooligan. The Doom Diver is dead. The Doom Diver is useless.
Long live the Doom Diver.
Utterly pointless, and anyone taking it is going to be mocked by everyone that plays goblins, because it's a complete liability and of no real use to man nor fish. The 2016 Hooligan, I played with them a tiny bit. I didn't find them useful. I couldn't justify it. The fan favourite, it's not that useful. And the disturbing presence, obviously not that useful. So it was 30 TV of bloat over a normal goblin, 30 TV of cost over a normal goblin for just not really paying off. So you're right, the 2016 Hooligan was pretty useless. But the 2020 Doom Diver is just utterly, utterly, utterly terrible in every conceivable way and should never be taken by anyone. So if you don't have a Doom Diver figure, give me your address, I will send you mine. I'm never going to use them again. I wouldn't want one for free. They're worse than just a normal goblin.
Can you?
Benny Bartez says, thank you on some advice you gave him for a headset the other day.
Oh, cool. He was just asking, and I was telling which one I had. It's his budget, but still nice.
Yeah, Coffee Monster, there were things you could do about it. I mean, backlining just in front of the touchdown line made the landing, reasonably tough. That would just actually mean I would swap to a normal TTM with a goblin and try and dodge through, because it made it so hard to do the landing. Or, of course, just kill it before they get to that point in the game, which is what you do against natties. But yeah, it probably was a tiny bit OP once we all worked out how to do it. And I would take it with catch to just reduce one of the rolls. And then throw him with Ripper to reduce 2 more of the rolls.
Yeah, you're.
I mean, with Ripper, there was no really stupid. There's no eat teammate.
Yeah, why not get a dragon on the side, Benny? Has a good reason than anything else. This is a bit weird. I don't like mirror. Do you like mirror matches in general?
I'm not a huge fan of them, no.
It's such.
Although at this TV, it shouldn't be a mirror. There should be enough different skills that there's something there
But
that's
it's
sort of
still
interesting.
just graphic-wise as well. It's just annoying because everybody, even
Oh,
different color schemes.
yeah. Don't start me on how hard it is to tell
Ooh.
the Blood Bowl 2 players apart. Even, when they're completely different colours and teams. Things like the human team, it would just be so easy to make the catchers more different than they have to the linemen and things. It's just...
And this is particularly.
I mean, I know people love their pretty graphics, but you've also got to think about the people actually playing the game and what they want. And the ability to look at a field and work out what's where in a single look is definitely... Yeah, Amazons are awful too.
What is it called? Lizards. Lizard mirror matches. For God's sake.
Benny Barthez says, you've probably been asked this. He's not asking me, he's asking you. He's only here to talk to you. Doesn't care that I'm here. Does anyone know what plans there are for Blood Bowl 3 to come to PC? The answer is yes.
Yeah. What do we do with a drunken sailor? What do we do? It's only turn 3. I need to kill so many more turns. And somehow need to get the wizard out of him as well.
Going to get the wizard with a Daka. And also Dackering against elves is sort of tricky.
Kind of suicidal.
Should be.
I need to hit somebody. Hit somebody to love.
Yes, what the plans are for Blood Bowl 3 to come to me? I don't know. I mean, hopefully someone will gift it to me in Steam or something. That would be nice. Perhaps the makers realise I'm an important opinion former and post me a free copy. They haven't done so yet. Or failing that, I'll do the same thing I did with Blood Bowl 2 and wait till they're selling it for about £3 in a Steam sale. Once they've released all the teams and that sort of thing.
Okay, this is going to be a little bit ugly.
But to expand on my yes, Benny Barthez, the people already have beta codes for a supposed beta test. Whether they're actually planning to test things or just try and get some buzz around it and get some streamers playing it before it goes live on sale. I suspect the latter, but it may be the former. People have already tried to download it. It's not currently available. We are expecting a beta maybe even by the end of this month. Amazon say it will be shipping by something like the 25th, somewhere around there of March. But anyway, the back end of March. So we're probably about 2.5 months away from it shipping and being in hot, sweaty hands. But if there is a beta, and if they allow beta testers to stream or even to talk about it, we might be seeing that beta start. I mean, if it's going to be a beta where they plan to actually learn anything, presumably in the next week or two.
Yeah, it's a bit annoying. I could have used it being this week.
If they are just going to, have a beta to generate some... I did the inverted commas thing with my fingers there. In case you couldn't tell from tone of voice. Then, yeah, if it's going to be a beta just to generate some buzz, then it could be another month away still. And that's if COVID hasn't delayed all of the shipping. I mean, just because there's a date on Amazon doesn't mean it's in any way true.
Yeah.
Yeah, Muppet Pac-Man, it's almost like words have ceased to mean what they used to mean because certain key figures in the public eye have just decided to redefine things as they go, making all language largely malleable.
I'm not sure what Toast Guy is using more time on. Move around, blitz with Mighty Blow. It's not that hard.
Perhaps he's making toast?
Oh. And here comes the tackle Mighty Blow.
Yes, but then I am so old, as has been said, Muppet, that I remember when people said, "Oh, we're going to have a beta." What they meant was we need our code robustly tested by gamers with enough time for us to fix it before we release a product that is good. Anyone under sort of 30 here is going to really struggle to understand what I just said there as a concept. Nowadays, of course, you release a game that you've sort of done a bit of, and then you fixed it when it's in people's computers. It seems unlikely, Benny
Oh,
Bartes, as I
fuck
didn't go
off.
to the Welsh Open.
Oh, sorry.
Unless it was online. Did we play online in the Welsh
Yeah,
Open?
that
I
was
mean, are
the
you
first
talking about
NAF.
on Fumble?
The first NAF was. Did you play any of the NAF ones? Because
I think I've played a NAF or two
the first.
on Blood Bowl 2.
That's been. It's the third one now, so that's been two, and the first one was Wells. So his.
Oh yeah, no, perhaps I did play that
So
one.
his tackle Mighty Blow didn't do shit, but his random hit afterwards did. Thank you, Blood Bowl.
Yes, Muppet, but there'll probably be a hot fix on day 3 if people are asking for refunds.
Well, we can wonder if that doesn't really. We could run to the other side. We're not really in a hurry. We could hit the guy in the back.
CJ Blackburn, yes, I do remember that. Apparently now it's like not okay to say that all elf coaches are soft.
That's not a POW.
Not woke or something.
Oh, that's a POW. That's too late. Guess he might do something. Oh, fuck off. Oh well, so that's all. So now we've got one reroll, so now we need to be careful. And time has flied. And now we're manning up because we can get 2 dice on him. Oh, wizard grab. Well, the good news is we got the skill on him. Oh god. The bad news, rolling those 2 pluses did take 2 rerolls as well. Brilliant.
Been quite tempted by wizarding that Venga bus.
Yeah, I kind of thought he will.
I mean, even if you just take either of the front guys down, you've got a reasonable chance to get into there. And he's got a plus strength piece to do it with. Obviously, the recovery options aren't great.
No, does he have plus 80?
But you can,
No.
you catch
he
4.
does. Got a plus 80 sure hands as well, but that's 87.
Yeah.
Okay, so
You can catch at least 4 elves and a fireball, or you could just whiz the ball and then come in after it. But perhaps he's hoping better will come. And of course, once you keep a whiz safe, it does make the other coach think a lot about what's going to happen with it. Are you CJ Blackburn? Are you convinced by that? Because I've always assumed that all elf coaches are just win-hungry tryhards that don't want to lose. Hence, they pick the agility, the easy route.
Shouldn't take the fight.
Thanks, Benny. Night-night. Off to bed.
Nighty-night. Freaking blitz, block.
It is good in itch. I choose the hardest tactical challenge, and the one that's the most punishing if you get it wrong. I'm joking. I play a lot of elves. I may not be known for it on Blood Bowl 2 because under this rule set, also I just find dwarves quite easy to qualify to chalice with normally if I am bothered to try. But I do like the AB9 and Thick Skull, because even if you're facing Claw Bomb, it means the rest of the team should be fairly solid and give you something to go with. But I have never, interestingly, despite obviously this rule set being on Blood Bowl 2 for as long as it has, and it was on Fumble for a long time when it was the rules, up till the change in 2016, I have never Claw Bombed. Not once. It just doesn't really interest me as a way of playing a team, so I just have never really bothered to.
Go away.
I wouldn't ever impose my own gaming morality on anybody else, but I find it a bit reductive, and it doesn't really interest me. Yeah, the TV value is very good as well, Dog to the Dog or Kill Bill. Try and remember that you have multiple names.
At least I rolled 1, 2 plus.
And no, I stand by it, Orifer. The hardest tactical challenge. I mean, Khemri are reasonable at that too. The point is that it's really hard to correct for mistakes if you get out of shape. I didn't say the hardest Blood Bowl challenge. I said the hardest tactically. It is fairly easy for even terrible coaches to get, say, a 40% with dwarves, but to get them up into the really high win percentages, you absolutely cannot get your positions wrong. Or take piling on as your blitzers. I'm going to stop on that. Enjoy piling on blitzers, and so he should. If he plays the game to enjoy that, that's
and
great.
that's fair. Like you can.
Sure, not everything should be optimal. It's a game. There's teams I play goblins for fun. I don't play them to qualify for anything. I play because I find that fun.
Yeah, and you can take a lot of build, and a lot of build can work in different solutions for different people. I will also say piling on whites on Nick Group or piling on wolves on Nick Group seems ridiculous in my world. But that's not the same as it doesn't work for some people.
No, I know you think that. I would agree on the whites, 100%. Whites need to be on their feet. I've seen piling on wolves. Again, it's about letting it be foul, but not letting it get hit.
Not roll
probably
yellow
the best argument for
or
that.
something. Nope.
And if you've already got your claw mighty blow and you get another double.
This is starting to be a bit problematic. I might even need to try to hand the ball to somebody that's actually half decent.
Good. Yeah. And you've got to fear the whiz. I mean, he's kept it nice and dry.
Yeah, and my team is completely splitted because that random casualty. And then I failed the second of my
coffee monster. I can't wait for both of those things. I was very late to tabletop. I've only been playing tabletop about 4 or 5 years, and I only do tournaments. I can't get regularly to a league or anything. But I do miss it. It's nice to just meet humans, and get out of the house, have a reason to get dressed. Obviously, I'm just in a bathrobe and pants right now. And I'm also really looking forward to Black Orcs. I think they're going to be really interesting and a real challenge. And I desperately want to coach them on tabletop.
Fuck's sake. Nope, at least he didn't stun that one.
That's where I would disagree with you, Dog to the Dog. But, you're entitled to your opinion, even though it's wrong. There are teams that really can't afford their move 6 pieces on the ground. And Necro, with so few pieces that are useful, I think need to be using each one effectively every single turn. I certainly don't think whites should be piling on. There are some builds, I suppose, where I might, on one white, think it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. But I still don't think it's a skill I would ever pick on a white. I don't think elves have any real business piling on. Humans, I think, again, can afford maybe one piling on. I certainly wouldn't want more than that. It's an accelerator. Okay, so I suppose if you're in a league or in CCL, what you're looking to do with it is to build up special SPP points on that player. I can see that as value, but it's giving up another skill that would be more useful in terms of getting wins. in order to get that progression on that single player.
We got it.
And mostly you'll be using it at a time where you've either already won the game or already more or less bashed out the other team, because otherwise you're sacrificing a position that could really cost you heavily. Certainly with any AV9 race, not just dwarves, I'm really happy if things are piling onto me without claw, because there's a much better chance it ruins their position than it chips my piece.
Okay, this is a bit awkward.
But it's one of the great things about Blood Bowl, and that's even before we get the new rule sets, is that even good players still disagree at times about how to do things. And yeah, I've always said much more important than what skills you pick or what positions you set them up in is, do you know how to get the best out of what you have got on the pitch and what skills you've chosen?
Okay. Oh shit.
If you don't know how to use whatever you've chosen effectively, then it's a bad pick.
Come on, Flicky.
And the opposite.
At least, come on, Flicky, be a good decoy at least.
Yeah, that's also true, dog to the dog. But people, because it's a skill that they like and they've had their teams ruined by it, people pick piling on and then piling on every time.
I hate fucking fireballs.
Oh, why wouldn't you?
Unfortunately, that was
So it's lightning that got nerfed, isn't it? And if you're not on Fumble, you haven't had the joy of turning a player into a frog, which is just hilarious.
Okay, I guess the good thing there is, if you want to hit the diving tackle besides the ball, he needs to do it with tackle, and then he cannot score this turn. Oh, can he get the witch elf? Guess the witch elf could with some go for it. Guess that's not too bad. Guess the witch is that's. He can get in, yeah, but he can take the front witch and just go with 85. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, and then there is a passing lane to his.
But if he scores, then we have 2 turns to score back.
And if he doesn't, he's going to try and pass back and create a pocket for it, which isn't that brilliant against some of the pieces you've got. I would probably take the score.
Yeah.
Because even 1.5 is a good place for him to be.
Yeah. Yeah, of course it is. It's really hard with 85 and sure hands not being in a situation where the whisk hitting the ball carrier is not almost an instant 30 the other way. If he just do it.
Yeah, I think he's going to try that. He may not even, of course, lots of people forget diving tackle. He may not realise it's there. And with an AG5 elf, it's not awful dodging off diving tackle.
No, but I guess it's still better than nothing. It's still 2+2+, but he might just pass. No, that's. Guess. Okay, he's just passing, so he's seen diving tackle. But that's -2. But you can just roll the 4, so who cares? Can he stall there? Yeah. He might actually. That's a bit annoying. It's a bit rude.
I mean, it was a 4+ pass, but he also still had the reroll for it, didn't he? So it's only a 1 in 4 fail.
Yeah, it's not. It was more just staying there that was a bit rude.
Yes, but I think it's tough for you to get there.
The problem is he got tackled on the ball carrier as well.
And to be fair, he did a reasonable, and that was clearly his plan, he did a reasonable job of screening that play before he did it. Whilst leaving enough back that if it failed, he had some options. I quite liked that turn from him.
Yeah, me too. Doesn't help me though.
No. I'm not here to help you.
Which of...
Except, you being my mate and helping the stream and chatting with the people in the chat. But I'm certainly not here to coach you. You don't need that.
Guess it doesn't really matter.
You disagree with almost everything I think anyway, so that's fine. Elves is cheating. But only when other people do it, CJ. That's the key mindset of the elf coach. When they do it, it's great play. When other people do it, it's cheating and elf bullshit.
It's not gonna bite on any of that, but we might as well letting him.
Yeah.
Kind of need tackle. What's that? Guess we could use getting tackle on the Garda. Can I? No. It needs to be that way. A kick player is really annoying. And the first roll is a 1. All that work to get a chance to attack him into instantly snakes up. Jesus me. That seemed a bit harsh.
Oh, absolutely maximum coffee. I mean, I doubt I'd even ever really want 3 for a NAF build orc team.
What are we talking?
I mean, you're always going to want 4 black. How many orc linemen will he need to actually coach an orc team on the tabletop in a NAF style?
Not many.
I presume you're talking, how many do I need to paint? That sort of thing. I would suggest you're always going to take 4 black orcs and, well, big uns, and you're always going to take 4 blitzers.
Okay.
On top of that, you might want a Mr. Throw, you might want a goblin or 3, you might want a troll, you might want 3 orc linemen, but I doubt you're ever going to want 4 because they're not brilliant. I mean, 4 would be safe. You will definitely never take more than 12 orcs to anything. If you want more than that, then it's take goblins because they're cheaper and probably more useful. Because remember, they come back alive, so it doesn't matter that hugely if they die. And most times you're going to set up big uns on the line of scrimmage. I'm probably either side of a troll, to be honest. And then 2 big uns back, and then your 4 blitzers back. But you might want to look at a build where you put 3 linemen on the line of scrimmage. I mean, orc linemen aren't that bad. They're not great compared to your other options, but they're not that bad. Their move is not brilliant, but it's sort of okay at 5. Their AV9 is nice, and they are cheap as chips. Yeah, I mean, if you were going to a 1200, again, I'd just rather have better players than more, but 3 should probably always be enough. And most times you probably won't want 3 in your build. Your third one, I mean, as I said, I would probably be looking at 4 for a troll and whatever. So then, do I want a thrower? Do I want 2 or 3 goblins?
Okay.
I mean, goblins are great in NAF style for breaking lines that you can't get through because orcs are actually quite slow. You can also have the TTM option. Terrible as it is an option on a really short drive, like 1 turn. They can get in behind, allow you to surf things. Yeah, I think the thrower's just already terrible, and now with animosity, I think I'd rather put the ball on a goblin and carry, unless I'm against wood elves and that sort of thing.
So,
in which case a blitzer carry might not be the end of the world. But I just think Mr. Throw is now... I mean, what was a bad piece got worse.
okay, I could make this a 2 dice, but the problem is the recovery is terrible if I do that. I'll at least try making it 2 die, but if I do it this way, I do have 85 sure hands that could try doing some bullshit.
I think that's right, Coffee. 4 for a troll and 3 should be plenty in any build. But I would just have a think about whether, swapping those linemen for goblins, particularly if it gives you an extra toy inducement wise, or an extra skill up, or an extra reroll. There's times where that just tiny bit cheaper
Nope.
might be helpful for the goblins. And there's times they can do things that an Orc lineman will never do. As I said, like breaking through a line. You can hand off to them and then try your 1 in 9s through even an elf wall. And if they keep rolling 4s or highers, then you're
That's
golden.
not even bad. I was down to 3+2+3+4+ for 1 dice per tackle. Not that I get the second 3+, it didn't really matter.
BJ, if I was going to squeeze sure hands on instead of a Mr. Throw, I would almost certainly put it on a blitzer. But I mean, L's jumping into your cage is going to be a bit less of a thing in Blood Bowl 2020, hopefully. They're still going to come, but it's just going to be a bit harder for them to do it. So sure hands is going to be a bit less of a need. Dwarf builds, it's going to be a bit less important to have block on your runners for that need. Still don't hate it as a mobile safety on defense.
Fucking hell, stop this.
The real answer with Blood Bowl 2020 is we don't know. We're going to have to see what tournaments allow us because prices have changed. What is going to be the new standard tournament size, let alone build.
Oh fuck, we got Swing Heat. So he got 3 out.
The key thing is they've got
Oh,
animosity
come on.
against every other player on their team, Coffee.
Oh.
So whereas some players have it against limited numbers of other players,
Oh, this game.
Orc throwers have to roll a 2+ to hand off or throw it to anyone on the team, which is just ridiculous. I mean, I get that it's kind of in the fluff of Orcs, but it's a boring rule that you've got to remember, and I don't like that. It complicates the game, and I don't like that. And it makes a not brilliant piece massively shitter. I don't like what they did to Old World Alliance, but again, we're going to have to see these things in the wild and how they are built. The throwers actually got slightly cheaper. They went from 70,000, they're now 65, and I'm sure they were 70 before.
Oh, fucking hell, I'm not.
So they went down 5k.
Yeah.
But they still only have general and passing access, and all the passing skills are terrible. Apart from maybe accurate and pass, and they start with pass. But it's that animosity against everything that just makes them just awful.
Really, game?
Yeah, 65k, yeah, down by 5k.
Oh. So Sweltering Heat is taking 3 players each. It's taking 3 random player per piece, where that's a guard dodge. It's taking Flicky, my tackle piece, and my wrestling dog, which. And my other tackle blitzer didn't make his KO. This is pretty bad.
Oof. This is pretty bad, and he's 1-0 up.
And he got all his 3 tackle pieces on the pit.
Hey, let's look at the good side. The wizard's gone.
I like the good side. All my good elves is not getting killed.
And he got 3 out by the heat as well. That's 3-3. That's even.
Yeah. Besides that.
You'd rather be short attacking the ball than short with the ball.
And if you look at the tree,
everything else being even. I realise everything else isn't even, but just of those two, it is definitely better to have the short team attacking the ball against a short team with it.
Yeah, and also the fact that he's 2 of his players are completely irrelevant, where all my 3 pieces is a problem.
Yeah, so the specifics of which pieces didn't help, but just that one. I'm trying to find the good news for you. The wizard's gone, and he is short as well.
And
so
now the weather changed, so it doesn't get another way where mine is definitely back and his could go out. I think the only thing is if he somehow managed to try to If he somehow managed to score early, I think it's the only good thing we have potential we have.
I say that 8 versus 8. Stop worrying about how good they are. It's still very possible to outposition him. It's much harder with only 8 for him to both control the space and keep the ball safe from you. And you still got some decent elves.
Got one, decent enough.
You know me, I'm all about the upside.
I got one. Let's put the other blotcher is the minus movement.
Yeah, coffee. I mean, please do paint them before you put them on eBay, because some of us don't paint things.
Okay.
And then, of course, no matter how bad you are at painting, describe them as pro-painted. Always, everything, ever.
Okay, go.
I mean, I'm tempted to put a Lego team on eBay and describe it as pro-painted just for the fun, just for the lols.
I guess, what do? We can at least... I guess we can man up and take it from there. There's nothing really to lose with the crap I got left.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, it's 8v8. He's going to really struggle to keep that ball safe from you and advance at the same time. I see there's a good chance of the turnover here, and if that happens, you get your good elves back, and if there's enough turns, could even be the win. See the positive. Don't be flicky. WWFD, what wouldn't Flicky do? I'm being mean. Flicky rages, but then he still tries his best to settle down and coach his very best the next turn. Which is what makes it so funny, is he often rages about games he ends up winning.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and Coffee Monster, what was done to Old World Alliance, which weren't that great in the first place, is just hilarious.
Yeah, we need Chuck. We do need Chuck Norris on the pitch. And I need to roll a pow if I get a shot at that ball. Okay, both down there.
The yellow dice solve all things.
Yeah, but he doesn't need it.
I mean, I think Old World Alliance, I'm not going to call them that, the short players given to Old World Alliance instead of the dwarves they had are just there to frighten dwarf coaches.
Only one of them. If that had been pushes, then we have been one dice and then we have been that have been some cheeky stuff. Okay. He blitz, so he's not blitzing with Mighty Blow. I guess that's a win.
It's a shame. I've not been underwhelmed with his coaching
No, he's
so
pretty
far. I
good.
think he's been alright.
I do like Toast. We played some guy.
Yeah.
We played before. I don't know. I don't mind Toast guy.
As I said, I thought his wizard turn, I thought that was really nice. I liked everything he did.
And also the problem is he does have 1, 2, 3, 4 blood sidestep on the pitch.
It is one of the problems with the CCL run, isn't it? Is that the higher you get, the more likely you are both to roll into just killers who don't particularly care about the record.
Snake?
Or who are trying to repair a bad early record.
Okay.
Or against actual coaches that know what they're doing.
That's a backside open. Can we somehow get anything around to that? Besides one dice.
And whilst I still think the average level on CCL is probably a tiny bit lower than the average level on Fumble. There are, of course, some of the best players in the world playing CCL.
Can I? Don't think I can get anything around that. That's a bit of a shame. There's no reason to attack those dudes. I guess at least my non-dot pieces do kind of a thing by just
existing, just living.
And just marking up tackle pieces.
Yeah. Yeah, marginalising the tackle. I mean, looking for the 1 in 36s, they do happen.
I got one, but I cannot really do much with it.
About 3% of the time. Yes, you need one earlier in the turn, obviously, but, you know, again, could happen. Reasons to be cheerful, part 3.
We just keep marking all men and hope something good happen.
Yeah, I mean, but I have only coached them for a couple of games on
Like,
Fumble. I coached against them actually. I haven't made them yet. I keep meaning to before we change rules, but I just haven't got around to it. I didn't think they were that brilliant as they were, and then they got notably worse,
is
which
he
is
going for that?
very Games Workshop.
So he's going for the surf. But that's leaving him a bit short. This might be something.
Yeah,
Ugh, gets it. Come on.
immortal words of Daniel Day-Lewis: "Stay alive. The good dice will find you."
Not particularly though. Huh? Where is he going now? So, okay, so but that's so Witch Elf are blocking my Garda. Doesn't get me. Ooh, and now if he, ooh, that's interesting. So now it's a 1 dice. That's the skull. If he rolls his, oh, so close. The wrong kind of skull. Oh, but okay, we can get 2 dice here. Oh,
Do I get to say I told you so yet?
Uh,
I mean, it's not done,
no.
but I did feel with these numbers the chances may well come.
Are we? So he's going there. We need the 2, but
Thank you, Lost Mystery E. Again, it's like my Blood Bowling. I just do stuff randomly and occasionally it works. Same with words.
and dodge in, dodge out. Okay, so we can block that sidestep square as well. Okay, that's an extra 2 plus, but that means he can only sidestep backward. Guess that's worth it.
Yeah, Vilnius, I understand why people think that. Black Orcs, I mean, well, I think they're going to be fun and really interesting. I don't think they're going to be right up at the top
Come
tiers,
on,
challenging.
yellow.
Um, Knob humans are
Oh, we
awful.
got a yellow. We got a yellow. It doesn't even have sidestep. Fucking hell. And that's the wrong square. No, that's a tackle. Ooh.
Notlings are obviously hilarious. And only my friend Malmir can look at getting 11-2-2 with them, was his black box trophy run. I mean, that's just rude on Snotlings, isn't it?
Come on. No! No, no, no! No! The 2 plus to get the ball and get out of range failed.
Yeah.
Ah.
You can't have everything. I mean, it was a beautiful turn until then.
Ah. Oh well. So close! So close!
Again, because you chose the handoff instead of the dodge, at least the fail state's not quite so awful. There's tackle zones on it. He's got a lot of work to do still.
First action snake. Oh, oh, oh! I don't believe it. It's.
Yeah, but Coffee Monster, you're missing that the Black Orcs come with Brawler, which means if you don't put block on them, the 1 in 9s become 1 in 18s, so that's nice. And there's about a 3 or 4% growth in attempts to get POWs as well, which isn't it's tiny, but it's it's worth having.
Okay, how?
The rowdy goblins with thick skull are
How
nice.
do,
The fact they get half-price bribes might be useful in tournaments as well.
oh shit! This is all. Ah!
It's all very spicy. I should be talking about your game right now. It's much more
No,
interesting
we
than
got
Black Orcs.
back-to-back snakes from each other.
Yeah, I saw. It's hilarious. I mean, I know you're annoyed, but it's hilarious.
Oh fucking me!
They still absolutely go either way.
That's so many ones, so surely he cannot roll one again. Doesn't really need to. Should I move? Should probably move that one guy. Nope, we out of ones. Sixes is ticking in.
Coffee, I don't disagree that moving 8 squares is lovely, but I quite like having thick skull and the ability for my hitters to put them down where they choose with grab, so that I can put massive amounts of fouling in.
Oh, where's my mouse gone?
I do think Black Orcs will be at least fun, but yes, I agree that I think lizards will still be
Ah,
stronger.
shit.
Particularly as chameleon skinks now have a use.
Where the fuck is my mouse? I can't. Where's my mouse gone? My mouse has left the building. Sorry, guys. I wanted to show you, but I cannot find my mouse. It's disappeared out of somewhere. Oh, we got the mouse again.
I don't know, he's giving us tantalising glimpses, Oscar, isn't he, rather than
fuck.
actually just admitting what his top is.
This is madness.
As a Danish Mancunian, I'd be surprised if he's wearing a London Irish top, but it's not
Hey, it
impossible.
says a London Irish.
It is London Irish, good
It
spot.
is London Irish. I've been to more than a handful of games.
It does dog to the dog, doesn't it? And of course, if it is a NAF build, it doesn't stop you putting block on them, though that 1 in 18 instead of 1 in 9 is going to be very tempting with some guard and things, isn't it? And a DP goblin. And a cheap bribe.
Guess we're just going for... Oh, I can barely hit. Can I try to hit? If I don't get yellow... Why is he scattering? Then he's going there. Is that making it harder? It is.
And Vilinich, I have it on good authority. I would say I know, but I don't know. I just know that we have other teams coming. So we're going to see what those are and how they
So many
those.
snakes in this game!
Oh, that's brilliant. This is... Nuffle is just having a field day, isn't he?
Fucking hell. That was again... That could have been an easy touchdown. Okay, I got the ball. We got one reroll. Could miss, but he got all his... The problem is, again, he got all his tackle and I'm missing all of mine. That is probably going to be the problem in one...
It's likely to be important.
But that was so... Again... It's so easy. 2 plus pick up, 2 plus dodge out, 3 plus handoff, dodge out, score. Oh, oh, oh. The ball is... Nope, he gets me. Now we need some crazy scatters for this not to be super easy.
I was still right about reasons for positivity. It just... Nuffle said no.
Yeah, then he said, all men must die. And I'm stunned. It's bad.
I think the Orc Chainsaw is gone, but Helmut Wolf will play for you for 140k.
Nope,
comes
he
with a
breaks
chainsaw.
he breaks the chain.
And he comes with Pro, which of course is now a lot better than it was. So on those kickbacks, you don't even need to throw a team reroll at his 4+ loner. You can use his Pro, which is a 3+ to reroll it. And then once per game, he can also use his Pro skill to reroll a dice roll as part of an armor roll, which is the only time in the rulebook it mentions that you can, I think, do that on an armor roll with Pro. So he gets a nice special rule as well.
Okay, guess I don't know, the good news or the bad news, we at least got some kind of play on. The bad news is, of course, like all the other plays we've been having, it's pretty shit. Especially because the dodge pieces is in a bad position. Mainly because actually that dodge piece is... Are we... Where can he get to? Can we use a pointless lineman to anything? Even if the ball comes free, we can punt it down to him. Cool.
But also don't overlook Varag Ghoul Chewer teams, because he's got cheaper, got a lot better, and has a fantastic
So
special
4+,
skill.
6+, and then he needs to not catch the scattering ball.
Yep.
Do we go... No, we cannot really fill any squares. Can I get around? Is that better? Yeah, that's better. That's 4 2+s instead. Probably not now, with the first one being a 1. And another snake.
Gotta get these motherfucking snakes off these motherfucking plays.
Yeah, this has been pretty bad. Oh well, we did. At least it ended up being an interesting second half. It should never have been interesting.
It really was. As I said, I think the 8 versus 8 just meant there was always going to be some of those opportunities. Now they didn't happen.
And think about if I actually had any of those 4 players instead of.
Look, the thing is, Coffee. Yeah, absolutely. Then you could have really done something. The thing is, Coffee, we don't know, because we don't know what size tournaments are going to say teams should build to, because all the prices have changed. I haven't seen any theory bowlers theorying that out yet. We need to get the likes of Joe Manji on it and designing some rule sets that will be, usable in Blood Bowl Season 2 or 2020, and then see what the sort of things is we're going to be building to size-wise. Varag isn't cheap, of course. But he is very, very good. He comes in at 280 gold. But he's move 6, strength 5 now, agility 3+, passing 5+, AV 10+. Comes with block, jump up, loner 4+, mighty blow +1, and thick skull. But also he has a crushing blow, which is basically mighty blow again on armor only once per game. But he can choose to use it after he's rolled the dice. So everything you hit, if that extra +1 on the armor would make it happen, or if mighty blow's making it happen and you'd actually rather have it on the injury, you could choose to use crushing blow as well as mighty blow, which is it's great. It's one of the special rules that looks really, really good. Oh, Dr. the Dog says you've been snake bitten. Oh, great! I do the gags around here. Absolutely, yeah. Bitten by some snakes, which is why he's gone off for another biscuit.
Not do anything, so. Congratulations to Joe's guy.
It's not the greatest day for these delves,
No,
was it?
it's fine. Nobody died.
Two draws with Kill Bill, a loss here, a win against Ducky. So even on the day. Is there another one in that I didn't watch or wasn't aware of?
I won 1 before the Ducky game as well, I think.
Okay, so it's 1-3-1 on the day. That's not great for you, but it's not the end of the world for the record.
No, and that's like I cannot. My Dark Elf has been a bit of a problem child. Oh! Nope. Not a Snake Eye to end old Snake Eyes. That'd have been hilarious.
Are they heading to Chalice?
Probably not. The problem is still the Negro team I have. Good. And now I'll get
I've got a lot of good
get everybody back? No. Let's see if he actually... This is going to be interesting.
I've got 30,000 channel points. I can pick your next CCL
Yeah.
race. Oh, I might do that at the start of the season.
And it can be unwanted. You can do it now and just say it for 38. It's fine. I'm not going to start any new teams anyway this season, I think. When I'm done...
That's why I'm doing it this season. Otherwise, you could just play 2 games with them and say,
No,
yeah,
I'm
I
not
did
going
it.
to start any more teams this season, I think. Oh, come on, give me a title honor scrimmage at least.
Oh, do we make him play Flings? Do we make him play Goblin? Underwhelm? I'd quite enjoy seeing you on Underwhelm. Actually, do you know what isn't... What I really miss, and I don't think we see enough of, is good rat teams.
I played rats quite a lot, actually.
I know, I'm sure you're really good with them. They've got all the sorts of things you'd be excellent with.
It just also... You do, at least I do, lose some games because I care too much about... I'm trying too much to build them straight away.
Yeah. Yep. Keep your good gutters alive and get the things in the right places, that sort of stuff. But people like Fight Soul Fight could, in my opinion, really use someone excellent at building up a good rat team.
I have played quite some rats.
Because I love Fight Soul, right? He's such a nice bloke, Soul Ref.
Yeah.
Really enjoys streams. I think he's got some real ability as a coach. I just think there's a few things he fundamentally doesn't do right.
Yeah, and sometimes it also seems he wants it a bit too much, so to speak.
Yes. Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, I'm the opposite. I just couldn't give a shit. And that sometimes comes over as I coach. I just
you know what?
interest.
One thing I played way too much Wood Elf lately. So my one turning with Dark Elf, I actually have to think nowadays.
Yeah, it is that tiny bit harder, isn't it?
What?
I mean,
He didn't need to kick it deep. What a munchkin.
Are we going to do this anyway? Because why not? Good practice.
I got a quick snap on top of it. This is definitely on.
Oh no, that's...
Into there. Oh fuck, I shouldn't have moved guard. That's stupid. I didn't need to do that. I didn't need to move the guard.
On like Coffee Monster, an event with a knife.
Into there. Potentially.
So I'm really looking forward to tomorrow's game. Anyone here that doesn't know, I have been asked to do some comms on Jimmy Fantastic versus some shitter or other.
Did roll it.
Playing about 1 PM UTC in a Chalice semi-final. Jimmy Fantastic has an awesome, glorious roller dwarf team and is facing some noob with elves. Oh, hang on. It turns out that's you, isn't it? Cool.
So into there.
With both of your elves.
Into there. So we probably need that player. Can I use...
Gurametso will be there too, but don't let that put you off. He's a lovely guy. He's good with the words. Yeah, 1 PM UTC, 1 PM UK time. That's when it's supposed to kick off, Coffee. It'll be live on Jimmy's stream. Me and Skuro are doing the comms. I don't know if anyone plans to join us. Rick might pop in. He often does. That'd be lovely. It'd always be welcome, of course. At least I say that's not my stream. I'm sure Jimmy would still... No! But certainly me and Skuro plan to do some comms on that. Should be
for every
great
fucking
game.
thing.
It's the classic Dak v Bash. Yeah, it didn't happen, sadly. Oh, dude, that's...
One on the go for it, on the 3 dice. And into a fucking movement minus. Fuck this game.
Well, it's a shit game for assholes, we all know that.
But this half is just,
personally, as I was head of records for the company that owned Wingfield when Saturday night was a thing, I am quite pleased to see her destroyed. Only for the UK branch of the company ZYX Records.
Oh my god. I was more annoyed by the one not getting to do the one-timer. It was perfect. It was definitely there.
And she put it on 4 separate albums. That evil, evil woman.
Oh well. Are we taking...
Yeah, she'll still be staying though, won't she? Or have you got time to get a new witch?
Sure. I do like the Juggernaut though.
That's such a useful skill. Massively underrated. You wouldn't want 8 of them, but I think elves particularly
Guess
can
we go
really use a
block on that
juggernaut.
one.
And a witch is the right
Do
place
roll
for
a
it.
double for guard then? No. And that one turner was a thing in beauty as well. That was perfect. It was 3 dice all the way. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, that looked really on, but Nuffle said no. Nuffle really mocked you in that second half. I mean, I was right, the chances did come, and you created them well, and they could have worked, but Nuffle went, ha ha ha, I'm just teasing. And then destroyed your witch for good measure. These things happen, that's Blood Bowl, my mate. Yeah.
Both was pretty shit.
Sometimes it hurts. So absolutely, that's going to be me done for the night. I don't know if you're streaming on, but I'm heading off. Really, Skuro is a fantastic commentator.
Yeah.
It's going to be a cracking game of Blood Bowl. Huge, nasty-looking roller dwarfs against KFoged's natural one-turner and very rowdy war dancer, but not masses else. Wood Elf team. It's classic Dash versus Bash. Anything could happen. We could see a 4-0 from Core very, very easily. We could also see Jimmy remove every elf and yet possibly still lose to the Natty. It's going to be an absolute classic. I hope it lives up to the quarterfinals, which all of them were really, really good. So it should be a cracking game of Blood Bowl. Anything I've ever said about Skuro, other than that he is a bit lame, can't really see colours well, isn't true. It should hopefully also be fun in comms. I like having a giggle, he likes having a giggle, and certainly we enjoy mocking Jimmy. So come along, watch a game of Blood Bowl.
How should we?
Almost certainly Coffee, that's true. Like I said, she released that song on 4 albums. The one that it first was a hit on and her 3 subsequent albums all had Saturday Night on it.
What?
Skuro, that time when I killed someone in Among Us right in front of you, you reported the body and then instantly blamed Badger because purple and blue clearly not what you see. Unless, of course, you're claiming to be racist. I don't know. Perhaps you are racist. Perhaps you just go around checking out what colours people are and judging them on
that. Who's playing?
But, you always say that I'm old. But I tell you what, I can spot the difference between blue and purple mostly.
Yeah, it should be really good.
Okay, now you're just being hurtful. You know I haven't had any since Christmas Day. You're just being hurtful. Just because you live in a country where they've decided that should be legal. You evil, horrible man. Only good thing about going to see my in-laws.
I think just for the sheer thing of it, I think I'll raid Mr. Page. I've tried to raid Siki the other day, but I'm still banned, so I cannot raid him. But thank you, everybody. It's been absolutely a pleasure.
Well, I mean, that should be, as I said, Mr. Page, I don't know why he should treat anyone different because he's now heard of them. I think that's slightly wrong, but he seems to have forgiven you and is now giving you due respect when he's playing you. So